It's tough out there. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now for today's video, I'm going to be doing another short romance recommendation video for books that bring me comfort. So like most of you probably have that one book that you constantly go back to and do a quick reread during the years or during the time in your lives when you feel a little bit anxious, when you're a little bit uncertain, and you just want to go back to a familiar plot line with familiar characters and with the happy ending that we all know will happen, but it's just like it's perfect, and that's why we always go back to it. So I have 4 recommendations to share with you today. 2 of them are from the same authors, and then we have 2 different genres. So we have contemporary romance and kind of women's fiction, and then we also have a middle grade / young adult recommendation that I just love so much that I just want to put it in this video. So let's get started. So the first book that I want to recommend is actually like one of my favorite romance contemporary novels ever. There has never been one book that kind of has topped this level. This is God tier level for me, and if you don't like this book, then it's okay, because I understand we should have differences of opinions because we are readers. But if you do love this book, let me know in the comments down below. The book is called Can You Keep a Secret by Sophie Kinsella. So this book was actually turned into a movie last year, and I actually made a video reacting to the trailer of it, and I was like so upset in that video. I was just roasting the characters' portrayals. I was roasting like the whole setup and everything, and honestly, I still never watched the movie yet, but I heard reviews from my friends and they said that it was a terrible movie and it didn't do the book justice. So you know what? I'm just not going to go watch that movie because this book is perfect to me and I don't need anything to ruin it for me. That video was actually, funny enough, my most viewed video on this channel. I think it has 5,500 views right now, and a lot of people kind of agree with me that the trailer was pretty bad and also the movie was pretty bad. But if you don't know anything about this book, it's a book featuring an underdog. So our main female character is actually an underdog. She works at a dead-end job. Her boss keeps telling her that she's going to get promoted one day if she just, secure more accounts, if she just tries harder, if she's more of a team player, if she takes on more roles. And she feels like she's kind of like stuck in her life when she compares herself to her very successful cousin who owns a business. So when one day her boss finally gives her the opportunity to go land and solidify an account overseas, she messes it up, and when she is on the plane ride home, she drinks one too many champagnes and she is feeling a little bit bubbly, and when the plane suffers a great amount of turbulence, she ends up gripping onto her seatmate's hand and reveals all her secrets that she had. To her surprise, when she goes back into the office the next day, they announce that the founder and like the president and CEO of the company is here to visit from America, and it turns out that the seatmate that she revealed all the secrets to is actually her boss. And this is kind of like a boss-employee relationship, romance, and I absolutely adored this one. I found it hilarious. She is my romantic comedy queen, and it was just so heartwarming. And it also reminded me that, like, just because you feel like you're kind of stuck in life or you feel like you're not doing as well as other people in their careers, it doesn't mean that you are last place. It still means that you still have a chance to win. And I just absolutely adored it. The romance was so swoon-worthy and so cute. So the next book that I want to recommend is actually another Sophie Kinsella novel. So I've honestly read every Sophie Kinsella novel except for like her Confessions of a Shopaholic series like at least 2 times or 3 times. I think I at least read this one twice, and Can You Keep a Secret was like maybe a 5th time reread. Yeah, I really like the book. So Remember Me is basically about a girl. Once again, she's kind of like the underdog. She's doing a low-end job that she feels like there's no growth opportunities, and one day she wakes up and she realizes that 3 years has passed and she is living a completely different life than what she remembered, and she is thinner because of exercise and not because she was like knocked out. And she is also dating a very successful man. They kind of seem like they have a very healthy relationship where they are cheering each other on for professional growth as well as health goals. And her friends are really cold to her, so she doesn't know who her friends are anymore, and she's very confused because she's living a totally different life. And this is kind of a story about her piecing back together what happened. And this is why the book is called Remember Me. This one is totally a feel-good story about someone who has changed so much and is learning to go back down to her roots and be humble. So the next book that I want to recommend is actually a book that I recommended last year for when I used to do this series called Friday Night Rec on my channel. So if you guys are original subscribers, or if you guys have followed me for a long time or binge watched my videos, you would know that way back when, like last year, I used to do this short video series called Friday Night Rec, and it's basically I recommend a romance novel that is similar to a romantic comedy. And the idea is that you would either read the book or you read the book already and you want to watch a movie, something like that, on a Friday night, because Friday nights are perfect for watching movies. But this is one of the recommendations I have, which is called Kissed by the Rain by Claudia Winter. And if I remember correctly, this book is actually a German romance novel that was translated into English, and it's very similar to the movie Leap Year. Amy Adams, or McAdams, I always forget her last name, and also I think Matthew Good. So Leap Year was actually one of my favorite romantic comedies, and this book turned out to be kind of like a fictionalized story of that, or kind of like a retelling. So this one follows a girl who wants to get engaged. She wants to marry her long-term boyfriend, but there is actually like this myth where their family actually has a curse, and they actually need like their family engagement ring in order for the marriage to be successful. And if they don't have that ring, then basically the marriage is doomed from the start. So our main female character is determined to find this ring because her sister or her cousin actually took the ring and went backpacking all across Europe. So now she's trying to track down her relative to go find that ring, and along the way she meets like this grumpy, kind of like pessimistic looking man who thinks that her journey is foolish. So if you guys have watched the movie Leap Year, then you would know that this is kind of like similar to the movie, except for she's not going to Ireland to propose to her fiance, because on Leap Year, you know, it's tradition where the girls ask for the man's hand in marriage. So I really liked this book, and this book was actually sent to me from Thomas Allen and Sons in Canada, and you can actually get this book on Amazon, and it's also should be available on Amazon Kindle Unlimited. So the last book that I want to recommend is a middle grade / young adult novel. I would actually consider this book to be more middle grade because they're not really in high school yet, but they are still grown, and this writing style is very easy to comprehend. So the book is called Flipped by Wendelin Van Dranen, and now this book is the movie cover edition. So if you guys haven't watched the movie yet, definitely go watch the movie. The movie is a must watch, and it's my comfort movie as well. I rewatch it constantly when I'm feeling a little bit down in the dumps, and if I had time, I would reread the book. So Flipped is actually about a girl who's very different from her next door neighbor. She is poorer than the rest of the kids on the neighborhood, so she has a different outlook in life. Instead of looking towards materialistic things, she looks for building things, creating things, and she's very smart and she's very bright and she's quirky. And when it's her first day meeting her next door neighbor, she instantly falls in love with him because he's so charming, he's so good looking, he's just different from all the other guys. And her crush on him is very kind of like based on the beauty and the outside. And then our main male character, which is a neighbor, doesn't like her at all, thinks that she is so weird and that she is definitely not someone that he would like. So this book is kind of like where it's unrequited love, where he hates her and she likes him, but then somewhere along the way the emotions get flipped and he ends up really liking her, but she actually realizes that he has nothing but a pretty face, and it's up to him to convince her that he is worthy of her love. And I really like this book. It's so cute. It's so beautiful. There are so many quotes in this book that make me just swoon because of the way how things are described, of how our main male character realizes things, how it's so heartbroken when our main female character realizes things. And I can't recommend this book enough definitely one of my favorites. So that is it for all my comfort reads that I typically lean towards too when I'm feeling a little bit down in the dumps. Hopefully you guys found some new recommendations to add to your TBRs. Let me know in the comments what are your comfort reads, because I know right now is a terrible time for all of us, but you know, we always have books to turn to when we're feeling a little bit down. But until next time, I'll see you guys again. Bye.